Hey, hey.
Welcome to the podcast without Steven. Colin's going to place a picture of Boss Baby here because Steven has a baby and he can't be with us tonight. So thanks for coming to the podcast. Welcome, ladies and germs.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have Steven, theoretically, this should be a much better podcast. It should go much smoother.
We won't see any real firearms, you know.
Well,
But maybe these guns.
Did you get your tickets to the gun show? Because
maybe these guns.
Do you have those registered?
They are registered. I'm a lethal weapon in like 17 states.
Excellent. Yeah, and also, not that they're a sponsor or anything, but they could be. But I'm drinking a delicious Michelob Ultra today, the Infusions, which is the lime and prickly pear cactus. Pretty decent. Pretty darn decent.
Did you steal those from your wife?
No. These are pretty good. And actually she will drink these. Normally she doesn't drink beer, but she does love a good Michelob Ultra, so. Because they don't taste like vomit, like all other beers. Anyway, moving on. So today's topic is a real quick one, but we're asking ourselves if we could make a game, any type of video game, what would it be? And we just planned this right before this, so I am not prepared, but Matt thinks he has an idea.
I would like to start. Something that's always interested me, or I would like to see a video game of, is back in the day there was a show, Robotech, where they had, like the person would go into the mech and they could control the mech. Some mechs had missiles, some, had machine guns, different things like that. In Titanfall, they did have a mech portion of it, but I would like to see like a mech game where you could customize your own mech. You go around the city or the map, destroying stuff, finding loot or upgrades for your mech. Something, like just like a straight up mech game where, almost like in a racing game where you get a race car and you customize it and upgrade it, and as you win races and place different things, you get cash, which will allow you to buy upgrades for the car. And then just as things progress, kind of, and it could all be web-based too. I mean, you could have like the battle royale style games with the different mechs, which would be cool, but it'd be cooler to be able to modify them like you would like a race car or something. So that's something that I think, there would be some playability, some people would definitely buy it, like who doesn't want to be a robot?
That is a good point. And I have two things to that is, well, one, did you ever play Titanfall 2?
I did not.
So Titanfall 2 is a major step up from Titanfall. That's the closest thing I think recently that's been any type of mech game. And that's actually really good. And you know what company makes Titanfall? They make another game that's pretty current that we might be seeing some mechs come down the line.
Apex?
Apex. So Respawn Entertainment makes Apex. So like Bloodhound and Pathfinder. Is there anybody else? Bloodhound and Pathfinder, maybe somebody else, are in Titanfall. Bangalore might be too, but I can't remember. I know Bloodhound is in there a lot, and Pathfinder is actually just like an assistant robot. He doesn't do anything, but he is in Titanfall. a lot of the same weapons, all the same guns, but there are rumors for Apex that there's going to be like a limited time mode with mechs that you can get in the Titans and actually run around the maps. So that might be kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember the show, the Robotech is pretty neat,
Yeah.
you know? And I mean, there could be, you know, the story mode of the game or the single player version would be pretty cool. Or, you know, there's your arm could get severed off, so you're part robot arm, and then it goes in the. I mean, there's so many different things you could do with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Did you ever play like the Mech Warrior games? This is back like PlayStation 1 era. Now I only played it on PC. I don't think I played it on anything else. But this would have been back like 2000-ish. Did you ever play those? Yeah. So I know Steven made a comment about one of them at one point. And like maybe it was like our first video where we just talked about games we remember playing or whatever. Like our evolution of games. But yeah, he mentioned here too. Which was really good. But I'm with you. I think a new mech type game would be pretty darn awesome. Like if it was based around that and you customize everything.
Yeah, and then you can, you know, I mean, even if it's like a platform like Call of Duty where you have regular game servers and game modes, but you're using your mech, so you're like outfitting your thing, and like a battle royale style plus a single player or story mode campaign. I think, you know, people always talk about the whole boots on the ground with the Call of Duty, but you know, the way Call of Duty was advancing with the with the wall runs and the jumps and stuff like that, I think, you know, some people enjoyed that, some people hated it, but if you know, if you labeled the game as a mech game and these robots are going to have, you know, capabilities that a human doesn't have, you know, like you could have a smaller one with lighter armor that can move faster, you know. So I mean, there's the possibilities are really endless.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, so my thoughts in my favorite like style of game is like the big open worlds. So anything like GTA or specifically like Assassin's Creed. I really loved those games. So anything open world where you've got little like side things you can do that like really never get locked out. Like that was always like a thing. Like I'm trying to think of good examples. I don't know if Fable ever did that. Fable would be close, like Fable 2, Fable 3, but yeah, the big open world games like Assassin's Creed are so fun. So I would like that, but maybe something a little bit more modern, closer to like GTA, and then just open everything up. Like that's like where you're very limited in GTA with like not being able to go inside buildings and things like that. Which hopefully GTA 6 solves all those problems, but those are the games
What about
that are entertaining to me.
like that cyberpunk game? Have you watched any
Yeah,
things on that?
yeah. I'm curious. I'm planning on getting it, but we'll see. We'll go from there. So I know like when like the first trailer I saw looked really good, but then like it seemed like it got delayed. I know, and so I don't know what that's about. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, the big open world games. I mean, I can't think of really what I would add into it, but the storylines I think are really cool, like with the Assassin's Creed aspect. So something those big giant storylines.
Yeah, I think like Assassin's Creed, what's great is they have all of history, you know. So you know what they're doing is they have history to go by and make the game off that. Sometimes creating a brand new open world with mechs and stuff that doesn't exist is probably harder, and that's probably why GTA uses, you know, real cities, if you will, and just they're out there taking pictures of them. And I think that data is a lot easier to just like upload, and then just it's gonna automatically render it in the style that it is.
Right.
So
yeah, it's amazing when you see like the side-by-side things of people wandering around and taking the pictures of the things that actually are in GTA or whatever, or in any video game matter. But it's pretty impressive. Like,
yeah, another game that I think would be interesting, which I haven't really found a good one, not that it's not already out there. Space games where you would, either build your ship and go around and fight, or, farm different things. I mean, I've downloaded some on my tablet, but they were a little command and conquerish, where you have to always be getting your resources to build this big fleet, and then while you're not even on the game, some random dude comes and destroys your fleet that you just spent hours and hours working on it. I would rather the thing be so vast that you may or may not run into people, or there's different trading posts and stuff, like just neat stuff like that.
then you need to check out No Man's Sky.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just get on YouTube. The downside of it is that there's a lot of like repeat, I think, planets, but it's so big that I don't know. I'm just gonna make up this number because I know it's ridiculously high. But if you were to explore the entire game, it would take you like several hundred years to do. Like if you played nonstop, like it's that big and massive. So they said like basically everybody that's playing the game is in the same like server, but you'll never see them. You'll have no idea because there's so many planets that you can go to, and they're all slightly different, but there's a like kind of like just copy paste type. That's which is I think kind of the downside of the game. I played it for maybe 5 or 6 hours. I had bought it maybe about 2 years ago, and I just couldn't. It wasn't for me, but it's exactly what you talked about, where it basically starts you off and you kind of build your own ship, and then you can go off into space. You can land at outposts and upgrade things, and you farm things and things like that, and get all the resources you need. So it sounds like something you would want.
Do you think there's any ice pirates in it?
Maybe there might be.
How about some slee stacks, which you need to put an image of what a slee stack is, like here or here, where Steven's head would be. A slee stack.
Like right there.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I have the game that will win this. I have the best game that needs to be made. NCAA football 21.
And there's no fans in the stands, no cheering.
No fans. We're like, 20, and they're all scattered out, and it's just family members.
Yeah, the coaches all have masks on.
NCAA football COVID-19.
Yeah, and when you sim the week, you'll get a report back that says 5 of your players tested positive for COVID-19.
Yeah. And they have to set out 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no injuries. They just get sick.
Yep, they just get COVID.
Pandemic version. I love it. I love it. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, are you good? You got any other ideas or thoughts?
No, those were just something like, that whole Mech game. That's something that's, the technology's there, but there aren't like shows like Robotech anymore, so do the kids know what mechs are anymore, or anything like that? So
did you ever watch Voltron?
Yeah.
See, I mean, I know they made like a new one on Netflix, and I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and it was decent, but I never got back to it. I think they made a Voltron game back for like the original Nintendo, like the original
Mm-hmm.
NES, and I wouldn't mind seeing like a new one of those because that's kind of mech-ish, and yeah, that would be kind of badass. The whole Voltron story.
Now, this is off point, but it's a question. Have you seen the show Snowpiercer, based on like a graphic novel? They made
Yeah,
a
with
movie of it.
that's all based on like a train, like a futuristic
Yep.
train type thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
the Earth freezes or whatever. Well, they
like
have
two,
a
3 years
show
ago.
like Sunday nights. Me and Holly have been watching it, so I have her get me the graphic novels from the library.
The dirty ones.
Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
So,
Well done. Well done. Okay. Well, that was great. What a great way to end this.
yep.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I will let you get to your dinner.
Yep.
And then,
Thank you.
yeah. All right. Peace out.
Yep. Hopefully you got some content, and don't forget to smash the subscribe button. And if you're new, we're sorry. Tell your
That's
friends
really
about
it.
us.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're sorry, but spread the word anyway.
Yeah, I did tell a coworker about it, and he watched one where we were pushing the Mech Ultra pretty hard, so he thought it was entertaining. So
That's good. All right.
all right.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.